9. We have the great state of Washington. That's Washington State. That's not Washington, D.C. It's actually Washington State. And Washington State is the 42nd state in the U.S. and is nicknamed the Evergreen State and was formed in 1889. So it's been around for a while, guys. 1889. Now, I spent 21 years in this state, in the Western Washington and Seattle, Washington. So I know a thing or two about Washington State. Washington State has the largest ferry fleet in the U.S. So Seattle sits by Puget Sound, which is the Pacific Ocean. And there's a lot of islands near Seattle. You got Vashon, you got Bainbridge, you got a few others. I want to say San Juan's is over that way as well. So everybody usually take the ferry to work. They'll take the ferry across the sound and they come to Seattle and they go to work and they'll catch the ferry back to the island and drive back to wherever they're from. It's pretty cool. Washington State has the most apples in the U.S. It is a large apple producer. It's the second wine producing region in the U.S. behind California. Of course, California is #1 in wine. You all should know that. Washington State is the only state that's named from a former president, which is George Washington. Duh. Washington State has 5 volcanoes, 4 that are dormant, 1 is like semi-active, and that's Mount St. Helens. And from Seattle on a very nice day, or anywhere in Tacoma, you can see Mount Rainier. It has snow on it year-round. It's I think it's at 14,000 feet up, if I'm not mistaken. It's very beautiful. Washington State is very scenic. Even when you go to eastern Washington, like Spokane and Pullman, where Washington State University is at, that place it's drier and it's more warm over there, but it's still scenic as well. They have something to offer over that way as well. There are 29 recognized Native American tribes in the state of Washington. Just if I can remember a few off the top, you got Nisqually, you got Tulalip, Puyallup, Cowlitz, Yakima. Who else? Snohomish, Naquami, Tillamook. It's so many. I was just naming a few just that I remember. Oh, Muckleshoot. So yes, a few out there. That region, Western Washington, has a heavy Native American influence on it. Washington State has the largest hydroelectric dam at the Grand Coulee Dam. Washington State also is the home of these businesses started in Washington State. Boeing started in Washington State. Amazon started in Washington State. Starbucks started in Washington State. And Microsoft started in Washington State. So those are 4 heavy hitters that all started in one state. Washington State also has the longest floating bridge in the world. I have driven across both floating bridges. I don't know how many times. Too many times to count. I don't know how many times I drove across, but I definitely drove across them. The entire state of Washington has 7.7 million people in it. The capital is Olympia. And Washington State, mainly Seattle, has sports teams as well. Start off with the Seattle Seahawks, NFL, Seattle Mariners, MLB, Seattle Sounders, that's soccer, the Seattle Storm, that's WNBA, the Seattle Kraken, that's the NHL hockey team. But anyway, that's number 9. We got the great state of Washington.